I took a water rescue class one time for Boy Scouts or something like that. The hard part is not jumping in the water. The hard part is not grabbing the person or swimming with them or pulling them out of the water. The hardest part about saving someone is the fact that they'll try to take you down with them. The fact that they're so afraid of drowning that they're kicking and they're screaming and they're flailing and they're hyperventilating and they're almost fighting you even though you're trying to save them. And I don't know if you've ever been there, if you've ever been in choppy waters, but I have. I've been to that point where you are kicking and flailing and trying to swim, trying to stay above the water, but the waves are crashing over you, and you're taking water on, and you can feel it in your throat, and you're choking, and you're drowning, and you just want to live. It's the scariest feeling in the world to not be in control and to not feel like safety is anywhere around. But something they taught us in that class was you have to calm the person down when they're trying to fight you, or else you will go down with them. They told us that you have to make them be still. You have to get them to calm down. And when they're still, you can swim with them. When they're still, you can bring them up out of the water. When they're still, you can save them. When they're flailing around, when everything is crazy, when there's panic, when there's fear, they're fighting the one thing that's trying to save them. In the Bible, God says, be still and know. In that class, they said if you can reassure the person, if you can let them know, I've got you, you're not going to drown, I've got you, if you can make them feel like they can trust you in that moment, then you have an exponential better chance at saving them than them trying to fight you the entire time and you both drown. God says, be still and know. And it's funny because my wife bought a sign and it sits in our living room next to the TV, and I look at it all the time, and I know what it means, and I know the meaning behind it, and I know. But I thought about that water rescue class, and I thought about just being still and knowing, being still and having faith, being still and trusting. When the waves crash over you, when you feel like you're going down, and you know that there's no raft anywhere around, there's nothing you can do in that moment to save yourself. If you can just be still and trust, then God is there to pull you out. And I can tell you, I've been in situations in my life where I needed a life raft, where I was spinning my wheels, where I was doing everything that I knew to do. I was working 3 jobs. I was not sleeping. I wouldn't sleep for 3 or 4 days at a time, just cat naps here and there, because I would go from one job to another job, back to the first job. I was moving. I was doing everything I could. I had a new wife and a new baby in a little bitty apartment, and the bills and the debt and everything was just piling up, and I was sinking, and I didn't know what to do. And I would work myself into panic because I couldn't work anymore. I was deliriously tired. I was dangerously exhausted, and it still wasn't enough. And it wasn't until I understood the fact that sometimes I've just got to be still. I've just got to know that it's all going to be okay. Does it feel like it in the moment? No. Is the water still rising? Yes. Am I safe? Yes. So that's what I encourage you guys to do today. Be still. Be still and know that you're okay. Is it still going to be scary? Is it still going to be a lack of control that you're not used to? Is it still going to be moments of panic? Sure. I was listening to a message by T.D. Jakes. He said something. He said, most believers are flawed in the sense that they think God makes furniture. God doesn't make tables. He doesn't make chairs. He doesn't make nightstands, lamps. He doesn't make any of that. He makes trees. A lot of times, God is giving us the resources we need, but we're expecting him to provide the paycheck, but he's provided the talent and the knowledge and the resources and the connections and the network and all of these things to build success beyond anything that we are imagining right now, or security beyond anything we're imagining right now, or a better family or a better relationship or whatever it is. But we want him to do everything. We want the trophy, but we don't want to run the race. So no, God doesn't make furniture, even though we're saying, I need a table. You know, that's what T.D. Jakes said. He said, we're praying, I just need a table. I just need a table. I just need a table. And God says, I gave you the tree. You need to be looking for the trees. You need to be looking for the things that are all around you, those connections, those new jobs that are just waiting for you, those people that are all around you. You need to be looking for the trees, not for the tables. Because a lot of us out here right now want the stuff, but you don't want the work that comes with having the stuff. You want the car, but you don't want the long nights. You want the bottle service, you want the fancy house, you want the women, you want the nice clothes, you want the name brands, you want all that stuff. But you don't want to run the race. If you're not going to run the race, you can't expect the reward. And there's no other way around it. So that's what I've got for you today. Go look for some trees and go make things happen. Go build a legacy.